Hi everyone, thank you very much for looking at the second posting of Fight the TX Driver Responsibility Law. If you haven't had a chance to, go to the first posting. You might want to watch through that before you look at this one. It might kind of confuse you. I do want to say thank you guys for tuning into the second posting. It means a lot to me. I want to address one thing real quick before we jump right into the facts, which is what I'm going to do for this posting. Go over some facts and some information regarding the after effects of the Texas DRL and the DPS. I just want to say that I have received a lot of emails in regards to the people who do support the Texas DRL. A lot of people do feel that we should go to prison for violating the Texas DRL. We should pay more fines. You know, I do understand where you guys are coming from. I've had friends murdered from drunk drivers, and I've been hit by an uninsured driver. However, we would not be standing up against this law if it was not just. Okay? Many of us are first-time violators, and once we go to court and we pay off all of our tickets and fulfill every obligation set forth by the Texas DPS, it's as if they specifically hide it from us. It's nowhere in our receipts. It's not told to us in court, and most of us are never sent a notice, but yet we suffer the consequences of what the Texas DRL sets forth. So you have to understand that we would not be fighting this unfair law if it was not for a good cause. So just sit back and just listen to what we have to say and then form your own opinion. And we do appreciate it. Okay, so let's begin with Mike Krusee, or Kruse. I'm probably saying it wrong, I'm sorry. M-I-K-E, K as in kitchen, R as in Robert, U, S as in Sam, E-E. Mike Kruse. One of the original authors of the Texas DRL, heavily pushed it, helped write it, and let me tell you, he knew what he was doing. I have specifically gone over the Texas Constitution in comparison to the Texas DRL, and they knew what they were writing in order to not be sued legally, because we'll go over that in another posting. It's very deep and intricate. Please stay for that. We'll go over the Texas Constitution in comparison to the Texas DRL, okay? And how legally they are violating our rights, but legally they're not. So we'll go through that. Mike Kruse was arrested in March of 2008 of a suspicion of a DWI. Now it indicates on DUI.com, and I don't normally do this, but here we go. This gentleman right here, that's Mike Kruse, one of the original authors and pushers of the Texas DRL. He was arrested in March. The DUI.com indicates that he was stopped in Northwest Austin. He was driving erratically, and he had expired license plates. He failed a sobriety test, and the police officer arrested him on a suspicion of a Texas DWI. Now, the dash cam video for the police officer that arrested him is not able for any sort of view. Unfortunately, because the Texas DPS denied any request for the video, saying that there's a code that lets them keep it because the investigation is noted as active. Okay, so unfortunately, if and when, we'll probably never see the dash cam video, Mr. Krusee is only suspected of the DWI. Now, however, he was arrested. He just has not been charged. My guess is that he never will, or if he is, it'll never be made public, because I don't know about you guys, but this should have made huge headlines where I live, and it didn't. I found out about it through the MySpace friends, and thank you guys for your support and for giving me that information. Send me more. I appreciate it. It didn't make headlines here, and if he is convicted for it, I sincerely doubt it'll ever be put severely public. So, would you bet he never has to pay those fees? Alright, moving on, what is extremely hopeful is that Virginia, the state of Virginia, the Virginia Governor Tim Kaine repealed the driver's license responsibility program for the state of Virginia. Now, this was done in March of 2008, and thank you very much again, Tamara, for supplying the information. Thank you very much. If you would like to see an actual copy of the article, I'm going to try to post it to the MySpace page, but if you want to actually go to the link, it's www.thenewspaper.com/news/22/2294. A as in apple, S as in Sam, P as in Paul. The link will also be there too, so you guys can go to it. It's great. Hopefully Texas will follow suit. So awesome job, Virginia. Thanks for setting the precedent. And if I'm not mistaken, there is one other state that has also repealed their driver's license responsibility law. So let's get it going. Awesome news. Okay, so thank you to Grits for Breakfast and Tamara for supplying the next pieces of information. Basically, I wanted to go over some of the income that's been collected from the Texas DRL. The revenue billed for the actual surcharge violations is $887.8 million. Okay, the unpaid surcharges it's 70% of that fee, which equals out to $599.3 million. Yeah, the only amount that's been paid to the surcharge is $288.5 million. In 4 years, that's all they've gained, and almost $600 million goes unpaid. I mean, we have to say, financially, this program is a loss. I mean, it's not efficient, it's not helping, and it's not working. By the way, in another posting, we're going to go over about where the money goes, because I have the annual reports for the Texas Mobility Fund. You can go online and you can, it's public record. So if you go online and Google the Texas Mobility Fund, you can you're able to access their annual reports. I accessed them and printed them. They have no problem getting their funds from the Texas DRL. So it seems so far. Okay. However, the trauma centers and the county and regional emergency medical services that are supposed to receive their 49.5% of the Texas DRL, they're blocked constantly because, number one, they have to apply for it. It's not given to them. They must apply for it. So number one, they have to know that the Texas DRL exists and that there's funds for them to get. Since the Texas DRL is not public in any way, shape, or form, how are the hospitals and the trauma centers supposed to know that there's funds out there for them to get? Number two, if they receive any sort of other federal funding or grants, they can't get funding from the Texas DRL penalty fees. So the hospitals are so blocked, and it's as if they're made to not get any of that money. However, the Texas Mobility Fund has no problem gaining their money. I wonder why. But we'll go over that in another posting. Basically, guys, 70% of the fines go unpaid. Almost 775,000 Texans cannot or are not paying their surcharges. I'm one of them. 7 out of 10 motorists haven't paid the surcharges. I'm one of them. That means that probably 7 out of 10 are driving without invalid driver's license. It seems as if the problem with Texans driving without car insurance and a valid driver's license has escalated because of the Texas DRL. It does not solve the problem, and if anything, it's making your problem as a Texas citizen driver worse. Okay? Basically, guys, one of the most disturbing facts that is noted in the brochure is that an unlicensed delivery of grain carries a more punishable fine and penalty than the attempted sexual molestation of a child. As a parent, that is extremely disturbing, okay? You know, we're very short pretty much now on time, so I'm just going to go on ahead and wrap it up. There's so many facts to go over. I'll post a second one here, a third one very soon, so look out for the third one. Thank you again for, for your opinion and for your time. I do appreciate it. Again, regardless if you support us or not, your opinion matters, and the fact that you know about it is another part of the most important thing. Thank you again for your time.